Hi everyone, welcome to another video. I um, have to excuse my dog. She is not very happy that I'm making a video and not playing with her. So she likes to bark, but now she's asleep, so I guess she will not interrupt me. And also the mess is because we are renovating, so we haven't traveled anywhere this summer again because of COVID and everything and uncertainty around traveling. So we decided to spend some time in here and to do some house chores and prepare the house for the autumn season. So this video was kind of long in the making. I was thinking about making it, wanted to research a little bit more. A lot of my students here actually that subscribed and that I teach are in the gaming industry. So they are either designers, graphic designers, or game illustrators, or they are programmers. So they work in the gaming industry, and most of them are from Asia. So talking with them, I realized that's kind of another world. It's very interesting. There are a lot of things from the gaming industry that are applied now to social media, if you haven't known. So this is the gaming industry goes really far back since the beginning of the computing itself. So I just wanted to kind of remember my years when I used to play games and what I do now as well, because I still play them, but it's a little bit different because I don't have as much time. So the first computer that I got was a PC. I had about like, I was 12 or 13 years old at that time. My parents bought me that computer and I used it for school mostly. But the thing is that with that computer, of course, there were some card games and chess and stuff that I didn't like. But the owner of the company gave me a gift, which was a computer game that was also made for PlayStation, I think, but it was available for PC as well. So the game was American McGees Alice. So this is a twist on the Alice in Wonderland story. And I was like, okay, cool. So it's a girl that goes through this game. So I'm gonna be Alice, which is perfect. I really loved that story since the beginning. So I started playing, and suddenly I was just kind of amazed at the visuals and how much it kind of took me to this other world. And so the story is that after this accident, the house gets on fire and Alice loses her parents and everybody in the house. So she's in a hospital and she's recovering, but the doctors are not really optimistic. She's not speaking, she's not eating. She's been through this very severe trauma. And after that, you kind of enter this underworld, and this is her nightmare basically. So the whole game is her nightmare, and you're going through it and you're trying to save her. So there are many different levels. I remember one of the levels was the Valley of Tears, where you go through water and there's like waterfalls everywhere. And then one level is like the mushroom forest, where she meets the caterpillar, and she has the Cheshire Cat with her at all times, and he's kind of speaking to her, but in a very like weird way. Basically she has to do everything on her own, and sometimes it was too scary to play, so my friends would come over, or my dad even played the game, and we had so much fun. I remember that so I knew this story, but I have never saw that from that perspective, that she's going through this nightmare. And I was just amazed at how well these designers illustrated everything, the music, the colors, just the whole story, which is like, where is she going, who is she talking with, like even like the small objects, the mushrooms, the bottles, until like the very very small detail, everything was done so well. And in the end she needs to meet the evil Red Queen, and when she battles her and wins her over, that's the end of the game, and you're kind of, she's cured. So you're happy. And I think my dad actually finished the game. I didn't. It was too hard for me at that time. I was so young. And then the next one that I played, which was given to me by a friend, was called Siberia. This was a game. So the Alice in Wonderland, or American McGee's Alice, was made by Rogue Entertainment and EA Games, I think. And this Siberia game was made by Benoit Sokal. I think he's just like the creator of the game. And the story is about a young female researcher. She is going with her older professor. She's embarking on a journey through Siberia, real Siberia, on a train. And they're supposed to go together all the way to Yakutia and like north, where there is an island of mammoths. So there is a story that mammoths are still alive and they're on that island, and only one tribe in Siberia knows where these mammoths are, and you need to kind of go there. It was a great adventure. So my family is partially from Russia, and I've never been to Siberia. And when I saw that snow and like all all the stations, all the cities that they visit along the way, it was very, very special for me to kind of embark. It's actually like mind traveling. You're going to this country and you are listening to their music and seeing their landscapes and stuff. And so that game was also amazing. But the thing is, with all these games, that when you're younger, you have more time, and like when you're in during a break, when you're studying, you just want to travel somewhere and go. Now I realize I actually bought the uh, American McGees Alice, the second part, Madness Returns, I think that's the name. This is like a more complex version, and now she's again in a hospital and she needs to like go through these other levels, and it's much more visually the effects are so amazing. Like it's so fast, and she can do all of these things and like jump and swirl, and the costumes are beautiful. But I remember just wanting to play that game again, and it took so much of my time. Like 3 hours went like this, and I was like, oh my god, I need to work. So for like younger audience, I guess these games are just kind of a tool that can expand your imagination. You can see like how you can illustrate a story that already exists and make it into something new. But I think for people who work at home, especially now because of COVID, or who work in the office, simple games are really, really a good way to kind of also relax and have just a mind break, because we all need that. And then I remembered one of the games that I played when I was younger was pinball. Pinball was so popular. There were pinball bars. So we would go there and we would put coins in and take some drinks, non-alcoholic drinks at that time. So it was like I was underage. So we would play pinball. Pinball was really, for me, like this ball that kind of goes again through these stages and you're supposed to save the ball. That was so interesting for me. And recently, actually, I was exploring online. I don't like cards, like I said. I don't know about you guys. Like, this is also a very good topic to discuss in a small talk. Like, what kind of games do you play in your free time? Is it like only Candy Crush Saga? Do you only play it on your smartphone, or do you play it on your computer? Because I find when I play on my smartphone, play it for a very short time, and then I get bored and I want to do something else on my smartphone. So I don't really use phones for gaming or for playing any games. And I also like when I play a game on a bigger screen. So that's why I like web-based games. And like I said, recently I was researching for websites that are kind of like not these poker fake um websites that you go to, and they have like tons of commercials and you have to sign up here and there and buy coins and whatever. And I came across this very good website. I really recommend you to try this. It's called plays.org. I will leave the link in the description box so you can go there, and all the games are free. The one that I play the most is of course pinball, because I have a big iMac and it just looks like a real pinball. So in between my classes, I go there and I enjoy. If you like games similar to kind of Tetris, was so popular. I remember even like in my primary school, I would have like Tetris, the actual one. I think I got it from Sweden, from some of my relatives. And I used to play that one because it was colorful blocks and you're supposed to kind of put them together. You know how Tetris goes. So you have games like that there, but there are various types. I stay away from these adventure ones because I get too engaged. Like I said, it takes too much of my time. If you like really like old school vintage games that you can just play really, really quickly, you can go to that website. I really recommend it. And when it comes to working in the game industry, this is a very stressful job. I remember speaking with some of my students, and they said they're just in front of the screen for like 8 or 9 hours all day. There is a lot of persuasion going on, so there are games that always make you like do more. You need to buy like more things, and I think that kind of addictive feel, we already have that with a lot of social media, so we don't need more addiction. We just need kind of a break and rest and see something colorful and interesting. To the illustrators or people who actually make these games, I remember researching about American McGees Alice, and I found out the McGee who created the game. He created that game. He's from America, but he uh, gathered a team of illustrators in Singapore or somewhere in Asia, and they were working on every single detail. So he was basically dreaming about that game, and everything that kind of he wanted, they made it possible. So they illustrated that. So I think it's a hell of a creative work. Like, you can imagine like one artist making one illustration and that being sold for like a lot of money. But here you have to make like thousands and thousands of illustrations that will kind of um, be put together and animated. Now there are more complex programs that will allow you to kind of do the 3D illustration and just artificial effects and everything. AI industry is so big right now, but I still think that everything comes from pencil. You have to draw something first as an idea, and then progress from there. Remember also there was a very popular 90s movie, The Fifth Element, and that movie felt like a game to me. And then later I researched, and it was actually made similar to a game. So it was all illustrated from the smallest details all the way to like the big hotel, like the spaceship and everything. It was done by these creative people. With this video, I just wanted to ask you and to make you think about, how do you spend your free time now, because we're still in the corona days and weeks and months. And do you like to play video games? Do they make you feel relaxed? Or do you think it's a waste of time? Or would you rather play games on your computer or on your smartphone? Which ones do you prefer? And yeah, I forgot now, but I just want to mention in the end, there was a very famous game, and I see now that a lot of teenagers play it still. The Sims. Sims was like a virtual reality. If you didn't like your family or your house, you can just build your own. So I remember a lot of my friends were playing Sims. For me, like, it was never something that I used to. I really like fantasy, so I didn't play Sims as much. But I know a lot of people who actually really enjoy it, and they find inspiration for their home decoration from Sims. So that was all that I wanted to say. So check the links below, and please subscribe. I always forget to mention that, but I need more subscribers so I can make more of these videos. Go now and play a video game, and I will see you soon.